But it wasn't to be that way when they got to Silverstone. Once again, Taylor and Flux together get away. The shape of things to come, side by side, all the way down towards Copse Corner. Behind them at the moment, Nick Baird and Nigel Corrie, they're still side by side. And they're still side by side as they come out of the corner as well. And they're side by side as they go up towards Maggots. Nobody wants to give way. Corrie in third place, but these two side by side, it's the last of the late breakers. Who's it going to be? IanFlux locks up and Mike Taylor lets him have it. So Taylor actually lets him go away there in the lead. Taylor in second place, but it's absolutely nose and tail. Here's Corrie in third place. Here's fourth place man Baird, and Tony Westwood has spun, and Chambers has clobbered him, and he's got a damaged rear end there, and I don't think that that car's going to be a finisher in this race. Well, he seems to think it is. Here we've got the Flux and Taylor show again, side by side. Flux just in the lead. Taylor tries for the inside as they come out of the corner and almost gets his nose taken off. And side by side again, it's the last of the late breakers. Now this is where they locked up before, and IanFlux, 31 years old, got married a few weeks ago, just gets the better of that one from the slightly older Taylor, and then nose and tail again. This is really tremendous racing. Terrific battle going on between these two. They're side by side. Taylor always swings out here wide, then comes in tight and hopes to come out tight and get on the inside, but Flux knows it, crosses the front of the car there and says, no you don't, and that was that. This time he's outfoxed himself. Taylor, and he gets a clobber up the back end from Fluxy there because he braked a little bit earlier than Flux thought he was going to, and so the positions are reversed, and you can't have tighter, closer racing than this than these two. Taylor in the lead, Flux in second place, past the pits again. This is tremendous racing. Absolutely on the limit. These two fighting it out. On the grass, off the grass, Taylor there, almost lost the lock. Here comes Flux on the outside, trying to outbrake, can't do it. Looks at the inside for a nice tight line coming out. He's got a tight line, pulls up, noses alongside, and they're side by side down the straight. And Flux is back in front. Flux back in front again. Taylor in second place. This is absolutely superb. One of the best races we've had all day. And these two absolutely at it as once again Taylor tries this tight entry. Tries to come out tight as well. Flux knows he's going to do it. Keeps the door shut. Here's where it's happened before at Beckett's. Flux doesn't make any mistakes this time. Keeps the door closed and keeps it close as they come out as well. And that didn't give Taylor the chance he was looking for. So Taylor has to have a look at Woodcut. He can't make it. And nose and tail, away they go on another lap. Left behind, Nigel Corrie in third place as out comes Taylor. This long sweep in. Can he do it this time? No, they almost touch again. But Flux and Taylor really driving superbly and no quarter asked, none given. These two really hard at it. And although it looks tight, although there's a little tiny bit of touching going on, it's all beautifully under control as Flux comes down through Woodcut again. Still Taylor in there. He is not going to give up. He is going to have another look, and then Flux decides, oh no, I'm going to do that this time. I'll do the same thing. But Taylor's alongside, and he's alongside as they come out now towards Maggots. Taylor alongside, Taylor's got the inside coming into Beckett's, and Flux is all crossed up, all on the rough stuff there with the brakes locked up, and Taylor back in the lead again. So Taylor leads Flux as they come down the straight. Flux is looking for a way through and Woodcut can't find one. Now what will he do at Copse Corner? Down the pit straight again. They've got a slower car ahead of them. And they're taking identical lines this time into Copse, and the slower car could be the one that makes the difference. Flux has spotted him, however, realizes there's no way he can get alongside here, so they have to go through nose and tail. And Flux looked at the inside there, thought better of it, got his braking absolutely right this time, and comes out, but he isn't in the position that he ought to be if he's going to try and nip by on the straight. And, oh, we've got a race stoppage. We've got a race stoppage.
Well, thank God for that, because I assume we were going to take it from the lap before the flag came out. In that case, Michael was in front, so I need to do another 5 laps.
Well, you do keep on changing about, you two.
Well, we're here for those who are going home to entertain, but most of them don't want to watch it anyway.
I'm sure they do want to watch it. It's tremendous racing, isn't it, Mike?
It was exciting where I was sitting. I've got room for a passenger if somebody wants to come round with me. And why have they put the cars the wrong way round on the grid? I'm on bloody pole. Put them back. Put them back.
Well, they haven't changed them round, and the stoppage incidentally was to treat a spectator who had been taken ill, seriously ill, but all is well now. We're back in the race again, and still they're side by side. Into Cobb's corner, but it's Flux who gets the advantage going in, and side by side as they come out again, but Fluxy has just got the drop. And look at this, it's just as if the stoppage never happened. It's like round 2 in a boxing match. Absolutely fantastic. Nigel Corrie right up with them at the moment, but I'm quite sure they're going to outdistance him in a minute. And here we go again. Rest of the field coming through. Everybody else staying with it. There's number 60 who was involved in that shunt earlier on, but all is well. He's still in the race. And here are these two absolutely side by side again. And Taylor it is who's come through. Taylor is through into the lead. He was in the lead when it was stopped. He's back in the lead again now. Now Flux has got to get back again, and I think that's fair. And you can hear the front of the body dragging on the ground there under heavy braking as the nose dives down, and he's alongside. Now that was the manoeuvre that he wanted, and Taylor went wide over the curb there. Taylor went wide over the curb. That's allowed Flux in front. Now if Flux can stay there and keep the door shut, but I don't think he can. They're side by side again, all the way up the pit straight. A wide sweep once again from Taylor, right under the back end of the car, then sweep out again. A nice tight side-by-side manoeuvre as they come up, and he's got the inside, don't forget, under braking, and the inside always works well here. But Flux tries to stay with him, and now darts himself to the inside as Taylor went out. That was another classic racing manoeuvre, beautifully executed, as Flux takes the lead once more. And personally, I could watch lap after lap of racing like this. It's superb tacticians and superb driving. Two guys who absolutely trust each other and are prepared to drive right on the limit. And it really is a joy to watch. And oh, a big twitch there. I think there was a touch of the tail. And Taylor's back in the lead again. Flux has taken the high-wide line in, tries to come out alongside, but can't. And that was a remarkable recovery by Taylor. And Flux is looking at the inside as they come through Wicket again. And this time, I think they're going on to their last lap. And they're side by side, going up towards Copse. And nobody wants to give way. There's a slower car there, which could have a result here for somebody. And that somebody could very well be Taylor. He's the better placed of the two. But they both get by, making it 3 abreast. And Flux lost out. Taylor there got through. There was a bump between the back marker and IanFlux. Didn't put Flux off. Flux in alongside Taylor. On the straight, side by side. Flux is in front. Flux is making it to the flag. Flux wins, Taylor second. What a fantastic finish, a fantastic race. Just one of a number of races between these two during the season, with Flux the victor this time from Taylor, Nigel Corrie, Richard Arnold, Nick Baird and Malcolm Paul.